ready in a minute. Just get myself a coffee before I sit down and do the filming. It's the old watching the kettle boil thing, isn't it? Here we go. We've got boiling. Milk. There you go, there's my mug. I'm usually gorgeous, but it's my day off, so be gentle. Today I'm going to be talking about some things that have been going on in my life in the last week or so. I've been on holiday, some more in-house sewing studio updates. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know a little bit about what's going on in there, and also a little bit of a confrontation I had while on holiday. But basically it's about how quilters get on with their sewing whilst their life is going on around them. We can't just sit back and lead calm, relaxed lives where nothing interrupts us and nothing surprises us and pleasantly. Everything of course is calm and gentle and mild and meek, but no, that's not how we do life. As quilters, we live real life. And I'll tell you more about that once I've sat down with this coffee, otherwise I'll spill it all over my blooming self. Ooh. Hey, I'm now sat down safely with my coffee, and actually, truth be told, if you can see, I've drank a lot of it already while I've been collecting my thoughts and trying to make sure that this video is as fluid as possible. Let's try that explanation as that I've gulped all my coffee down. Right, yes, I'm here to talk about the stereotypes as such that people can have of quilters, and this has all been brought on by a little incident I had whilst on holiday last week, which all will be revealed. But that's what's got me thinking about all of this and how we don't lead very sheltered, timid, meek, mild lives necessarily. We live full lives out in the world doing what we do, and we have more to decide upon rather than just choosing which fabrics to put where, like, oh, do I have the blue there or do I have the stripe there? That's decisions we make, but they're not the only decisions we have to make. We have to fit in our quilting in amongst the rest of all our busy lives. Here you go. Here we are. Here's some photos of Sheringham Park that we had a lovely walk in. It wasn't too hot over there. It's over in Norfolk. It was a lot cooler there than it was here at home while I was away, which is great because Alfie the dog's 15, so he wouldn't have been able to go on long walks if it'd been too hot. But these photos serve as a bit of a backdrop to just to give a brief mention of an incident that happened while I was away. It happened after a car incident. I'll just put that car incident where the other driver came out of her car and physically threatened me. Now, I'm fine. Nobody's car was, I don't even know if her car was marked at all. Ours certainly wasn't. But I won't go into all of the details because this story isn't about her. That's just like 5-10 minutes of my life. and the holiday. I also had a great time celebrating my stepdaughter's 30th birthday. So there was loads of great things, and this footage of the dogs on the beach and Sheringham Park, all the things you're going to see in this video are all part of that, something nice for you to look at and to think about rather than a horrible incident. But it shook me, and that's what's got this video going, really. It's what got me thinking about, because I've got lots of time to think now that I've stopped Stitchscape, the business. I'm free to do all these holidays and different events and things, but it is also getting me thinking more about me as a quilter, and me as a quilter, not me the same as everybody else, me the same as you maybe. You lead a full active life and you're trying to fit in your patchwork and quilting into that life. This is for us. Yeah, that incident made me extra aware. Of course, I've always been aware, but extra aware that just because I quilt doesn't mean the rest of my life stops and becomes calm and sedate. It's because my life is busy and full of all sorts of events, some brilliant happy ones like my daughter's wedding. Hopefully you've seen some of those videos about the wedding quilt. So that's been going on, as well as the holidays. So yeah, we quilt because we live almost, and we live as we quilt. They're all one big involved thing, and especially now as I've retired from work, especially the business, doesn't mean that I've stopped being passionate about my sewing or wanting others to enjoy sewing, but now I can do it in a different way. Now I can do it via YouTube. We can have a chat over a getting cold coffee and talk about this stuff, and yeah, talk about this stuff together, and you can get to know me a little bit more as I talk about some of the things that happen in my life. Yeah, like I said, my daughter's weddings happened recently. That was in June. It's now nearly the end of July. It'll be my birthday on July the 28th. Nice things, hopefully. I'm hopefully going to have a spa day with my daughter next week. And you've seen some clips here about the dogs, our dog Alfie, and also my stepdaughter and partner's dog Bonnie on the beach, having a great time, and full of happy, good memories. And I'm going to show you now some clips of me mopping. Isn't that fun? But that's because some good news. We found parquet flooring underneath the carpet of my home sewing studio space, where the long arm lounge. I've known there was carpet moths on there for a while and just haven't got round to doing anything about it. Energy at times, headspace wasn't there. But once I decided to close the business after the wedding, there is a video about that somewhere as well. I decided, right, let's get some, what do they call it now, vinyl flooring, or what we used to call it, lino, I don't know, vinyl flooring they call it now. But let's see what the floor actually is underneath the carpet. We were expecting just concrete, we were thinking, oh, what sort of state the concrete's in. But as indoors cut away the corner of the carpet, parquet flooring, so that's why you're seeing photos of me mopping on the floor at different stages and pulling up the carpet. Well, there's little rails around the side of the room where you have to that's where the carpet's attached to. Anyway, indoors pulled them up. And then we saw the parquet flooring. So I've had to mop it because it's absolutely black, filthy. And I just wanted to see a little bit more of what it was like underneath to see if it could be salvaged. And we thought it looked pretty good, even though the water was still black after I'd mopped it a couple of times. And today, actually, another reason why I'm filming this now is more good news, is that Adam came round. I'll have to get the name of the company now, anyway, Adam came round, and he runs a company that specialises in parquet restoration and improvement, sanding and lacquering and all of that. And he came round today and he said, yeah, sure thing, it won't be a problem. And he gave us a quote for how much it would be, and it's not bad at all. I'm betting that the vinyl, whatever, would have been just as much. So Adam's made my day by saying, yeah, we can do all that with no big stress. Should take about a day and a half. They can't actually come until, well, we can't actually get them here until about October to fit in with what we're up to, busy lives again. But yeah, that's going to come. Did he say October or late September? Can't even remember. But it's happening, all the good things. And because I can't do any long arming until that floor's sorted. So, but I have explained to a couple of ladies that I am committed to doing their long arming for them from Stitchgate days. I said I still would do it, but they realise that they will need to wait because of the situation with moving the carpet. But yeah, that was good and just meant mopping. Real life again. So this is my point that I'm still making. Sometimes our lives are a struggle. Sometimes they're just wonderfully ordinary. Sometimes they're frightening, unfortunately. Sometimes they're stressful. I've got some notes here, make sure I'm not going. And the thing to remember is, despite joyful, stressful, wonderfully ordinary, boring sometimes, exciting, memorable, but our quilts happen in amongst all those feelings, and they, for me, and maybe for you, it helps tie everything in together to lead a full life, even maybe after you've retired, just like me. I'm going to be 61 next week. Very lucky to be retiring this early. That's, I suppose, the benefit of being a solopreneur. You decide when enough is enough, and you can do it very, very quickly. If you're only small business like me, I'm very small business, but yeah, the quilts happen regardless. Thank the heavens. Yeah, so if you're sitting there thinking, oh yeah, Diane, I'll
get to quilting, you know, when life settles down. Maybe when I'm retired, everything will be calm and relaxed. But now you still want to lead a full life, don't you? You still want to be doing all these things, even if they are scary and nerve-wracking and pushing you completely out of your comfort zone. There'll always be something to pull you away. I can guarantee it. The sewing doesn't need to have a perfect life. You have your perfect life with all its flaws, its issues, its troubles, its joys, its brilliances, its wonderfulness. So please don't wait. Please do it. As I often say, if you're going to do it, do it. Don't be waiting. Just take a few moments. 1% of your day, I think if I remember rightly, is 15 minutes. So if you can do 15 minutes a day of some sewing, you will make progress. So all you need is 1% of your day. And you can get some sewing done with some organisation around it, which I won't go into today, but maybe if you want me to, mention in the comments, and I'll maybe make a video on how we can get ourselves prepared to have 1% of our day for our sewing, for our patchwork and quilting projects. Yeah, I'm up for that. If you want it, let's work on it. Yeah, I'm here to help us connect in this parasocial way. Yeah, the more value I can be, the better I feel. So to draw this to a close, the magical thing about quilts is that, and sewing, any sewing that you do, it's not that they happen outside of our lives, it's because they happen within all of this bubbling and shenanigans all around it. That's what makes them more special, because you choose to put your time and energy and thought into making them. So this video isn't about that horrible woman physically threatening me. This video is about creative people living real lives and bringing it all in together and enjoying it, finding those moments of joy. So I'll leave you on that note. So now go find that joy, your joy.